The major tournaments across Europe return this week with the return of the Champions League and the Europa League. But over in Spain, it's a two-horse race for the title. Who's it going to be? Barcelona or Real Madrid? We'll take a little look at the latest round of predictions coming at ya next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at matchday number 25 out in the old La Liga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button and keep your bang up to date with all things La Liga related, Blabbing Rovers related, world football all here. Nowarowski, boys and girls. Now, before we jump into it, obviously a jam-packed week, a lot to talk about. I just want to bring you up to date with the latest craziness. That is, of course, Patreon update, boys and girls. It's been a crazy old week last week. Maybe it could be double this week. How insane would that be? But anyway, new Patreons came thick and fast this past week, and I'm going to mention it one more time through this, the next course of videos, just to remind you, in case you didn't catch your shout-out. Here they come, boys and girls. The shout-outs go to Aztec, Marky B. Mark, thank you so much. Constable 1976, well done. LG and Cal, thank you for starting this little madness. Mitchell Shoney as well, for all becoming Patreons to the VIP exclusive gang. They all happened this week. Before that, it was Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, and of course the legend John Spurn. So if you want to come out and join the exclusive VIP Patreon gang, down below there is a link, so check it out in your description. Patreon.com/Blackburn Overseas. So if you want to do that, it does a boost for the channel. Hopefully pushes us in the right direction to maybe crank this baby up to another level. The next 2 years, or 18 months to 2 years, is going to be absolutely massive for this channel because it's World Cup in a couple of seasons' time. We've got a big summer ahead. But anyway, right here, right now, we are talking about La Liga, boys and girls. And it was another fantastic week of football out in Spain. So let's take a look at it, folks, and see how well we got on last time around. Just like every week, the criteria where we are judged on 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang. 4 to 5, you're in the straight-faced club. 6+, you're in the top banana. It usually should be 7+, shouldn't it? Anyway, there wasn't actually a postponement over in Spain. It was the Eibar Real Sociedad game. There was an explosion or something like that, killing 2 people. So a bit of a tragedy there, putting a stop to putting a stop to that match. Anyway, let's take a little look at it now, shall we? So Valencia did open up the weekend with a 2-2 draw against Atlético Madrid. All square there. Actually just gave it to Valencia with a 3-2 win. So it was just 1 goal shy of it. Oh, 1 goal, a bit more generous, to be honest with you. Mallorca did beat Alavés 1-0 at home. I actually went with a 2-2 draw in this one. If they could just flip-flop, I would have had a double bubble there. Barcelona did beat Getafe 2-1. I actually went with a 3-2 win victory for Barcelona, so I just nicked it on that one. That was a big result in the grand scheme of things for Barcelona because Getafe were third. They may still even be third after this weekend's match. We'll take a look shortly. Villarreal did beat Levante 2-1. I actually got this one bang on the flipping nose, boys. Bang on the flipping nose. So 2 out of 2 there. Granada did beat Valladolid 2-1. Actually went with a 1-1 draw on this one. This is where it gets a little bit hinky. Sevilla won 3-1 over Espanyol. I actually went with a 2-2 draw on that one. Leganés, on the flip side, they drew 0-0, and I actually went with a 2-1 win for Real Betis. So I got that one wrong as well. The Eibar Sociedad game was postponed, so it doesn't really matter. Now we're back on track with Bilbao against Osasuna. Ended up as a 1-0 win for Osasuna. I actually went with Bilbao on this one. Got that one wrong. And then at the end, Real Madrid stumbled. So they stumbled this week, giving a huge opportunity for Barcelona to close the gap for the 2-2 draw. I actually went with a 4-1 win myself for Real Madrid. So absolutely horrific in the end. Just 2, which means I'm in the shit-faced gang, boys. I'm in the shit-faced gang. Who's with me? Who's with me this week? We'll take a little look, shall we? Naren Karanka, you did all right for yourself. Not too shabby indeed. Shirish Limbu also did pretty good for yourself. Yannick Bustler, not too bad. Ultra Omamura, you're in the shit-faced gang, brother, with me. Welcome to the shit-faced exclusive club. That is not the Patreon gang. It is the shit-faced gang. Nathan Eva, also you join me. Welcome to the shit-faced gang. We are QPR, and you also did absolutely honking as well. Margie Monday did better than us as well, getting in the old straight-faced club this time around. Christian04, also pretty good for himself. Victor Fisher, not too shabby. And Cody Cahoe, you're with us, brother, in the shit-faced gang. That's right. Enjoy it. Revel in it. It is the shit-faced gang. So this is what the table currently looks like out in the La Liga at the moment. Real Madrid lead the way, 53 points on the board. Still just the 1 defeat for them, obviously dropping a couple of points this past week with Celta Vigo. Barcelona, though, in second spot, 52 points. They are 10 points clear of the chasing pack, which is Getafe, and then a further 2 points behind is Atlético Madrid. Sevilla, Villarreal, and Valencia are battling out for the Europa League spots. Down the bottom is Mallorca, Leganés, and the Europa League specialists, Espanyol, still going down as it stands. But can those three teams at the bottom get themselves a little bit closer to safety this weekend? Well, we'll take a little look at it, shall we? We're going to open it up with Real Betis up against Mallorca. Let's go with the flow. Now, the last 6 encounters between two sides have been 3 victories for Betis, 3 victories for Mallorca. Heading into this, Betis are in 12th. Mallorca are actually struggling down in 18th. Not too great form heading into this. Mallorca actually lost 10 of the last 11 away matches in La Liga, and also failed to score in the last 3 games as well. Both, in fact, 3 away games, should I say. The bookmakers' odds on this one, they go with 2-1 on, which is red-hot favourites Real Betis. A draw is 10-3. The away win for Mallorca is 5-1. Betis heading into this 12th in the table, a win away from going 10th. Mallorca are in the relegation zone, 21 points on the board, a win away from going 16th, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Tough old boots this one. I'm going to go with it. I signed in with a 2-1 win for Real Betis to snatch it. The 3 points go in their way, and again, they'll leapfrog up the table, possibly into the top 10. We'll see what else goes on shortly. Anyway, Celta Vigo take on Leganés. Celta Vigo, big point this past weekend against Real Madrid. Up against Leganés. So it's, what is it? What are we looking at? We're looking at 17th place Celta Vigo up against 19th place Leganés. Mega 6-pointer this one heading into this. Leganés have actually lost just twice at the past 6 games heading into this. Celta Vigo just the once as well. So 2 teams really digging deep. Sides have drawn a lot of games, but not really winning many of them. Speaking of that, the last 6 between the two sides have seen 2 wins for Celta Vigo, 2 wins for Leganés, 2 draws along the way. They played earlier in the season, back in December, over in Leganés. It was a 3-2 win for Leganés with Oscar Rodriguez with a brace, Kevin Rodriguez with the other goal for Leganés. Meanwhile, Celta Vigo's goal coming from Nesta Araguero and also Igao Aspas on the score sheet. Gabriel Fernandez getting himself sent off on that occasion. Leganés have actually failed to win their last 12 away matches, and Celta Vigo have actually failed to win 9 of the last 10 matches, both home and away. The last time that these two sides played in Celta Vigo was a 0-0 draw back in 2018. So, what's in store for this one? The bookmakers, well, they'll go with evens for Celta Vigo. 23-10 is the draw. 3-1 is the away win. For me, I'm fancying Celta Vigo's chances here. Obviously coming into the backs with a strong point against Real Madrid, and back at home now to shine the light maybe on a little bit of special something on this one. A win for Celta Vigo. If they were to be victorious, they could go to 16th. Leganés in 19th could see themselves rise above the drop zone into 17th spot and push Celta Vigo down. So I'm going to go with a cheeky 2-0 win for Celta Vigo. Like I said, that point against Real Madrid will do wonders morale-wise, and they can just add to it with a home win against fellow strugglers Leganés. Moving on to the champions, we've got Barcelona up against Eibar this week. Obviously, Eibar not in action this past week, obviously due to that horrific disaster. But Barcelona are hoping to get themselves back to the top of the table. Just 1 point adrift of Real Madrid at the moment. But they're heading to this on the back of 3 successive victories. So looking decent. Eibar on the flip side, just 2 defeats at the past 5 games, or maybe in 6 games even. So it could be, they are competing a little bit. Trying to get themselves further up the table. Meanwhile, the last 6 between the two sides, 5 wins for Barcelona, 1 draw between the two sides. They played over in Eibar early in the season, around about mid-October. It was a 3-0 win for Barcelona. Goals from Griezmann, Messi and Suarez on the occasion. Last time they did play over in Eibar was last season, around about May. The 2-2 draw with Messi with a brace, Curacella and DiBiase, or Blasis, the goal scorers for Eibar. Heading into this, Barcelona actually won 18 of the last 19 home matches. And also scored at least 2 goals in 23 of the last 27 home matches as well. The bookmakers, they go with a strong, obviously, home win, 5-1 on for Barcelona. 11-2 is the draw. 12-1 is the away win. A win for Barcelona could see them rise top of the table. A win for Eibar in a 16th could see them rise to as high as 14th. That's what's on the table if they are to be victorious. But it's going to go in favour of Barcelona quite convincingly in the end with a 3-1 win in the end. Next up, my boys, Real Sociedad, actually fallen off the face of the earth at the moment. Only 8th in the table. Very, very ropey record. In the past 5 games, just won twice, lost 3 times. Up against the Valencia side, doing a little bit better than themselves in 7th spot. 38 points on the board. Also 3 wins at the past 5. But they picked up an extra draw compared to Real Sociedad. So 2 sides with very, very inconsistent and quite shabby form heading into this match day on the 22nd of February. The last 6 between two sides, 3 wins for Valencia, 1 win for Sociedad, 2 draws along the way. They played in Valencia earlier in the season, around about August. It was a 1-1 draw with goals from Kevin Gamero for Valencia, Mikel Olazábal from the penalty spot for Sociedad. Francis Conquin getting himself sent off for Valencia in the 100th minute. Was that either 10 minutes of extra time, 11 minutes of extra time? Something crazy went down on that game on this one. Bookmakers odds on this sucker, they go with 70-20 on for Sociedad, 40-5 is the draw, 3-1 is the long shots on this one. Obviously, these two sides very close together in the old table. Only 1 point separated two sides. A win for Sociedad in 8th could see them rise to 4th. And a win for Valencia in 7th could also see them rise to 4th in the table. I'm going to back my boys on this one with a 2-1 win against Valencia. Obviously, fresh as daisies having this past week out. Obviously, I'm sure they would have preferred to have played some football, but they'll have that game in hand to maybe spring a surprise on everybody and get themselves into those Champions League spots. Moving forward is Levante in a 13th spot. They take on leaders Real Madrid. Levante coming into this pretty shitty form. Just 1 win in the past 6. Those other ones were 5 defeats. Meanwhile, Real Madrid are actually 5 wins out of the past 6 games, but they come into this on the back of a slip up against Celta Vigo, a bit of a draw. So they're hoping to get themselves back to winning ways. This time on the road against the Levante side. The last 6 between two sides, 1 win for Levante, 3 wins for Madrid, 2 draws along the way. They played over at the Bernabeu earlier in the season. It was a 3-2 victory for Real Madrid. Karim Benzema with the brace, Casemiro the other goal scorer for Madrid. Meanwhile, Levante's goals coming from Borja Mariol and Gonzalo Mellero on September the 14th. Meanwhile, Real Madrid are actually undefeated in their last 15 matches, both home and away. On the flip side, Levante have actually lost 5 of the last 6 matches across both home and away. Levante have actually scored at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 home matches. So at home, they could be a little bit more difficult to take on. The bookmakers go with them, though. They'll go with Real Madrid, 11-2, the victory for Levante. 50-4 is the draw. 94 on in favour of Real Madrid. They obviously lead the way at the moment. They could open a 4-point lead over Barcelona should they slip up against Eibar. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Levante currently find themselves 30th at the table, a win away from going into 10th. That's top 10 football for them. Get your predictions in nice and early down below, but I'm going to go with a cheeky 3-1 win for Real Madrid to get themselves another 3 points and back to winning ways after the little slip up this past weekend. Osasuna taking on Granada. This is over into Sunday the 23rd of February. Osasuna where are they? They're 11th at the table. The draw kings, or one of the draw kings, out in the table. Up against Granada, who are up to 9th at the table at the moment. Form book wise, 2 defeats of the past 6 for Osasuna. Granada 3 defeats of the past 6, winning 2 out of the past 3 though. Moving into the last 6 out of these 2 games, these 2 sides, 2 wins for Osasuna, 2 wins for Granada, 2 draws along the way. Granada have actually failed to score in the last 6 away matches, so could be 7 on the trot here. And they've also lost their last 8 away matches as well. So the reason they are flying high in the table, or doing very well, is their home form. Their away form absolutely shoddy. Heading into this one. Bookmakers, they go with 11-10 on for Osasuna. 12-5 is the draw. 3-1 is the away win. Osasuna, if they were to be victorious in 11th spot, they could see them rise above Granada in 9th. A win for Granada will see them go absolutely nowhere, but potentially close in on a top 4 position next weekend. So, or the following weekend. So, yeah. Granada needs to keep the move going if they are to cause a bit of a surprise and get into your European contention. But right now, it's a tough old game, this one. But I'm going to go with a cheeky 2-2 draw. The Osasuna draw kings will add another one to the belt this weekend. Moving on to Alavés up against who are they taking on? Alavés taking on Atlético Bilbao. Let me just close a few tabs here. So I can keep up to date with where we're at. We've done that one. Alavés up against Bilbao. The last 6 2 sides, 3 wins for Bilbao, 1 win for Alavés, and 2 draws along the way. They played over in Alavés earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win for Bilbao. They've actually played, last time they played in Bilbao was a 2-0 win last season. Goals coming from Raul Garcia from the penalty spot and Iker Manuan for Bilbao to make it 2-0. Bilbao actually lost their last 3 matches, both home and away, in La Liga. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds go with 10-19 on in favour of Alavés for the home victory. 2-1 is the draw. 8-5. The victory for Bilbao if they are to be victorious. Heading into this victory for Bilbao in 10th spot could see them rise to 9th. and a win for Alavés, who are all the way down in 14th spot at the moment. Could see them rise a couple of spots to 12th. It's tough old boots, this one. I'm just going to give it to Alavés, just to nick it, just to shade it 1-0 in the end, and that will be a big old boost because they're still in the old relegation conversation, but this win should probably end that debate. Moving on to Valladolid, who are in 15th up against strugglers and bottom club Espanyol. Espanyol coming into this 19 points on the board, just one defeat of the past 6, so they are grinding out the results, but they are picking up too many draws along the way. Valladolid on the flip side are 15th. Also picking up a lot of draws along the way. They are the draw supremers, picking up the most draws within the division. 11 is the magic number. Heading into this, the last 6 between the two sides has seen, what have we got going on? 2 wins for Valladolid, 2 wins for Espanyol, 2 draws along the way. They played in Espanyol earlier in the season. It was a 2-0 win for Valladolid away from home. Mitchell from the penalty spot, Oscar Pliano, also in the late 94th minute. Fernando Caliero get himself sent off. Valladolid have actually failed to win 11 of the last 12 matches in La Liga. And they've also conceded, at least Espanyol have actually conceded 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 away matches, so they're not good at home. Bookmakers odds on this sucker. We are going to go with 6-4 for Valladolid. 2-1 is the draw. 2-1 is also the away win. Alavés, if they are to be victorious, we're not talking about Alavés. Valladolid, if they are to be victorious in 15th, they could rise to 12th in the table. Espanyol coming to this 20th, a win away from going 17th. That's out the drop zone. They need a bit of a swing, goal difference wise. They'll get a little bit of it, a little bit of something going their way, but ultimately it's going to end in the 2-2 draw, which is not going to work out for either of the two sides. Moving on to Getafe, up against Sevilla this weekend. So Getafe heading into this, where are they? They are now still 3rd in the old table, up against Sevilla, who are 5th. So this is probably smells like game of the weekend, folks. Game of the weekend. So Getafe up against Sevilla this weekend. Bookmakers, I'll give you the bookmakers odds before we take a look at it in a bit more detail. 6-4 for Getafe for the victory. 21-10 is the draw. 2-1 is the away win. But between the two sides, though, they've played each other 6 times in the last few seasons. 2 wins for Getafe, 2 wins for Sevilla, 2 draws along the way. They did play Sevilla earlier in the season. In Sevilla, it was a 2-0 win for the hosts. Chigarito and Lucas Ocampos on the score sheet for Sevilla. The last time played in Getafe was a 3-0 win for Getafe. Yami Mata on the score sheet from the penalty spot. Jorge Molina from, I guess, the penalty as well. Also getting himself a brace. 2 guys sent off on this occasion. Sergio Escudo for Sevilla and Dejane Ducanonum for Getafe. Getafe actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 6 matches at home. Bookmakers, I gave you that already. A win for Getafe, who currently find themselves in 3rd spot. Won't get themselves anywhere closer to 2nd. Still 10 points adrift of Barcelona at the moment. But they could put themselves in a big comfortable position over Atlético Madrid. Sevilla, though, coming to this 5th, a win away from leapfrogging Getafe and getting themselves back into the top 3 and maybe closer to Champions League football. So tough old boots, this one. I'm going to go with a 3-2 win for Getafe to nick it. Surprise, surprise. Smash in, dash in, and take it home all 3 points. And then wrap it up this week's action. It'll be Atlético Madrid up against Villarreal. This ain't no slouchy either. Atlético Madrid are 4th in the table. 2 defeats in the past 6 heading into this. Villarreal are coming to this 6th in the table, 1 defeat in the past 6, 3 wins at the past 4 games, and the other one has been a draw. Bookmakers odds on this one, they go 1 win for Atlético Madrid, 2 wins for Villarreal, 3 draws along the way. They played in Villarreal earlier in the season. It was a 0-0 draw, and the last time they played in Madrid was a 2-0 win for the host. Alvaro Morata and Saul Niguez get themselves the goals on this occasion. Atlético actually undefeated in 18 of the last 19 home matches, and they're fancying the chances this weekend as well, with the bookmakers giving them odds on what they're giving the odds on. They're giving you odds on 13-8 on 11-4 is the draw, 9-2 is the away win. So for me, that smells like nothing but a 2-0 win for Atlético Madrid to take the 3 points. And again, with that win, could see them rise to 3rd in the table. They are 4th. If Villarreal are to be successful in 6th, they could rise to 4th themselves. And that is a Champions League bound, boys and girls. That is my predictions for this match day. If I become successful and everything works out, stick your lottery numbers on. But this is what the table would look like if all my prickadoos come on through. Real Madrid will lead the way still by 1 point. Getafe will be still in 3rd. Atlético Madrid will be up to 4th. Sociedad, Sevilla and Villarreal will be in those European spots. Down the bottom is Mallorca, Espanyol off the bottom, but Leganés going down as it stands. So that, my friends, is what I've got for you for match day number 25 over in Spain. Give me your thoughts and opinions in the old comment section down below. Give me your predictions as well. well about what you think is going to happen this weekend. If you are new to this channel, make sure you bang that subscribe and also bang the thumbs up, folks. Let's get this video up there in the old likes and views and all that kind of good stuff so that it spreads the word and to increase the channel. If you want to boost the channel in another way, you can become a Patreon, boys and girls. There is a link down below in the description, patreon.com/roverseas, where you can become part of the exclusive VIP gang of Patreons, which is going to be a hotbed of activity over the next few weeks, because I'm going to get back in there and really spice it up a little bit. But anyway, folks, that's what I've got. Make sure you get your predictions in nice and early, and I'll see you all next time around. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.